Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? I'm tired. And I haven't even started yet. Hello, everybody. What's up? Thank you, everybody who showed up. Comrade Sammy, Cherish Psalms. Glad to see you this evening. I'm doing this because I was just staring at this page all day and realizing, like, I need to keep inking. I need to keep going because I don't want this to drag out too long. And I already kind of feel the week and the days getting filled up with other things, other streams, other responsibilities. And I really want to try and finish this page by this week. So I was just staring at it. Every time I walked by my desk, I kept staring at it. And I'm like, well, I could just ink this panel. But then I was like, but should I do it on stream? Just like get it on stream. Just turn on a stream and do it. Who cares if anybody doesn't show up? Just do it. Or do you have to do it on stream? And I answered that question because I was like, yeah, I should just do it. And usually in the late nights is when I work anyways on like my own stuff, on art stuff. So I was like, would it be really that difficult to set up a stream? And then 20 minutes later, as I was like fiddling with things and getting sounds and thumbnails and everything, I was like, oh, geez, it's already late. Should I be doing this? Then I just hit go live and then here we are. But I'm a little tired. I will say that. So I won't be talking too much. Famous last words. But I really, 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 really appreciate that you guys are showing up anyway, because I'm 100% positive that it's way later where you guys are than where I am, and it's already pretty late where I am. So thank you, Comrade Sammy, for coming. Where is she? All peppy, Comrade Sammy. And also Cherish Psalms coming in here saying it's late. It's 1:41. She's tired. She wants to go to sleep. You know what? Don't go to sleep yet because I got something for you. Here we go. At 1:45 your time, we're debuting this one. Here we go.
What's wrong, little Pookie?
There you go, Cherish Psalms. I'll play it for you one more time. Hopefully that woke you up.
What's wrong, little Pookie?
Didn't take me too long to find something appropriate for you. So hope you enjoyed that. How could you decide to do this so late? I don't know. It seemed like a good idea about 2 minutes ago. But, you know, we get to do this.
What's wrong, little Pookie?
Maybe I'll just spend the next hour pressing that button over and over and again. Maybe that'll be worth. Sorry, America, and you're welcome. You're welcome. I almost spit out my water. What? That is frightening, yet awesome. See? Was that worth it? Did that wake you up? You're typing in all caps now. Oh my gosh.
What's wrong, little Pookie?
I may have talked to you in another reality to get that. Comrade Sammy says, wakey, wakey, time to get drawing. Couple more of those. Throw those in there. We got to wake up. You know, this morning, my day started off. I met up with my buddy early in the morning. My buddy Marty. And I woke up and we went to the archery course, which there's this like free archery area in the park near where we live. And he's into archery and he taught me how to shoot a bow. So that was pretty awesome. It was really fun. And so we were just kind of shooting bows and arrows, if that sounds crazy, this morning. But it kind of strains the shoulders a little bit. You gotta like aim, and it was pretty awesome. But I am a little tired from that too. And that was just the beginning of the day. Then I had the rest of the day, work and all sorts of running around, having to do, and yeah, just ended up here. Oh my gosh! Whoa, El Chung, you're not the night owl, man. I mean, you're the night owl, but I've got you beat. But welcome. What are you doing up? I can't imagine you staying up. Well, I guess it's not super late for you. But here you go, man. You're here live, late night live. What's up? I thought John sent you my voice. How does John have your voice? Does he have your voice? Has he heard your voice? That's crazy. But I wouldn't put it past John to know what your voice sounds like. But I'm glad that totally resonated with you, Pookie. You wouldn't believe what I had to sift through to find that, but there you go. Welcome to the club. Yo, El Chung, Comrade Sammy says, people are coming in. You guys are crazy. El Chung's got to work. I know you got to work. But late night work? Ugh. All right. Well, we'll keep you company, dude. I'm doing something probably a little bit more fun than you are. But I was just telling Comrade Sammy and Cheris Holmes that I kept staring at this page that I've been inking, and I was like, I've got to work on this page tonight. I got to get at least 1 or 2 panels done. And the panels that I'm going to work on tonight are not going to require a steady brush hand because I am a bit tired. So I'm going to use more technical pens tonight. And I thought that would be an easier, more relaxing kind of stream to do. But we'll see. I don't want to screw anything up. What's up, Mr. Monkey Boy? 1969. He's still awake? My goodness.
How do you say monkey in French?
That's how you say it. Good to see you, man. I was just earlier, maybe about half an hour ago, I was lurking in, not lurking. I was seen in K-Pop Junkie's stream. She had a fun stream. She was talking about a book called, or had the creators on of a book called God Lieth, which looked crazy. Kaiju kind of comic, and I think they're called Bird's Eye comics. So I was in her chat for a little bit, joking around with Art and Times. Jay Ryan was there, a bunch of other regulars, and so it was cool. I think that kind of spurred in my mind of like, oh, that'd be kind of cool to stream again, to stream while I draw tonight, because I was in her chat, and it's always fun to be in people's chats, but it does take a little bit to say, am I going to stream? Because you got to be on when you're streaming. Can't do anything crazy. Can't make too many mistakes. I mean, you say that. I say that, but I make many, many mistakes, and you guys have been witness to that. So, Cherish Psalm says you send him voice messages. No kidding. Holy moly. Well, no, John did not send me your voice. And if that's what you were saying to him on voice messages, interesting. Yeah, I didn't look on TikTok, but I did find some crazy stuff when I was looking up certain words that you like to throw out there. Blabber woke me up. I'm sorry. I'll be quiet. Like, I probably won't talk as much. I just said that, and I've talked for the last, 10 minutes already. But I do want to just draw. And I downloaded some music. Not Fat Rat. I'm sorry, Comrade Sammy. Still have to, again, still figure out all the copyright stuff with that and make sure I'm kosher with using it. But I saw also, in the process of researching that, I saw that YouTube themselves has music that they say, this music you could use. And I figure if YouTube is providing music that you can use, then we're all good for like not getting struck or whatever. So I did download a bunch of those, listened to a bunch of those, and I've selected some that I'll bring into this stream when I start drawing in 1 second. You're still confused. I totally woke up Chera Psalms because of that clip. All right, for those of you who didn't hear it, here we go. Chera Psalm says this is her voice.
What's wrong, little Pookie?
It is now. It is now. All right, let's get to it, guys. Because I just want to draw. That was the whole point of this stream. So I think this panel here. Oh, well, I'll show you guys. I did a little more tightening up since the end of the last stream. As you can see here, like I tightened stuff up. I whited out where I needed to white out. I finished up like coloring in, blackening, adding in the blacks in Mikey's hair. Did all the stubble with the technical pen, which was really fun to do actually. And then also on this panel, I added in the stubble and finished up stuff. Finished the circles on his eyes with the technical pens. So yeah, I got these panels to a really good spot. Just loved it. It's turning out great. I'm really excited about it, and it's part of the reason why I keep wanting to work on this page, because I just look at these finished panels. I'm like, oh, I just want to see the rest of them done. So this next panel here is one that I think out of the remaining 4 panels, this one will probably use as much brush as these panels. So I'm not going to work on this panel tonight because I don't think my brush hand is as steady tonight. Because I'm tired. But I will I think I'm going to work on this panel and maybe this panel because these are more focused on technical pens. And then I'll just use the brush and ink to like fill in to spot the blacks here. But so yeah, I think I'm going to start on this one while I'm still more conscious, because we're dealing with like circles and rulers and all that. Then I'll move on to this one as I get more tired, if I can make it to this one. And then I'll fill in the blacks here. This one will also be a very highly technical pen page because of all the details. There's no way I could do that with a brush and do it well. So, but I'll save that one probably for later. But if I can get through these 2 panels tonight, that would be amazing. Because then we'll be in a good spot to finishing up this week. So yeah. That's the plan. That's where we're at. Keep talking. Need something to listen to while I work on my shelves. Are you working on your shelves this late at night? Is that safe, Comrade Sammy? Is that safe? Do you have like a Band-Aids nearby? I wouldn't work on shelves this late. If I'm shaky with inking, I can't imagine I wouldn't build shelves this late at night, but I don't know. Let me know. It's kind of my voice. Anyway, you're doing great with how close it looks to Rachel. Oh, thanks. Thank you so much. Talk while I sleep. I don't know if I would to take that as a compliment or an insult, but anyway, I will talk. But let me try some music here. So the trick is the music comes in through the same patch as the sound effects, so hopefully I won't have to throw in any extra sound effects. One for the road, Chat Ninja, and Mr. Monkey Boy.
How do you say monkey in French?
And finally, the newest one to the batch, Cherish Psalms.
What's wrong, little Pookie?
So now, El Chung, I don't have a sound effect for you. I need to give you a sound effect. Are you even wrenched, my friend? You better be. That would be embarrassing. You are not. How about that? Late night stream, and we are adding a moderator. Welcome to the club, El Chung. Which means somewhere down the road, I need to work on a sound effects for you. It's perfectly safe, Comrade Sammy says. I have caffeine. Okay. All right. Hope you signed the waiver. Chair Solom says, I told you you have an ASMR voice. Really? Thank you very much. Okay. Well, I'll take that. That sounds like a compliment for the YouTube land. El Chung's laughing at me. I don't know if he's laughing at the idea that I might have an ASMR voice to somebody or that I just modded him. But welcome to the mod squad. I can't believe that you were not modded. El Chung, you should have been. Whoa, sorry. But now you are, so welcome. All right. All right, let me try. Oh, yeah, so what I have to do is I have to turn down the sound effects or the level of that for music, so the music's too not loud. But let's try some of this music. Let me know what you guys think. Some of it might work, some of it might not. But I got a bunch kind of tapped in here, so. A little groove. I don't know. I might turn it off if it's distracting. So this is cool because I'm going to get to use my new circle template. Is that too loud? Too much power. Don't do anything I would. That sounds a little loud. I'm going to turn it down. But all right, let's go. And then I made my camera a little bit wider on this screen because, like I told you guys before, you're supposed to warn me as I lean forward. All you were seeing was like this much of my head. So I tried to widen out the camera a little bit as best as I can, but. I already hate how that turned out. And we're done. Maybe I shouldn't have started on the template side of it first. I feel like that would be too wide. And this one feels too thin. This was the circle. Wow, it's like I need a circle right between this one and 21. Decisions. Go with the wide one. Okay. There is. I'm done. Meh, not better than Fat Rat. Okay, let me turn it down. They're different degrees. Some of them are a lot more chill. Some of them have this, I don't know, groove. Mr. Monkey Boy likes the circle template. Right, I'm a little off here. Oh, wow. I just saw the ink bleed underneath the ruler. That's not a good sign. Yeah, that's not good. Well, we ain't using that for the straight edge with the pens. All right, you were supposed to loop music. Didn't I put you on a loop? Oh. So then, I think I was supposed to... Wait. Sorry, that's the same song. Sorry. Give me a second. Okay, let's try this again. You guys, we are at 295 subscribers. Isn't that crazy? $295. We're 5 away from 300. And those 5 people are going to show up tonight. Gotta be careful with this template. Otherwise it's gonna smear. I can just freehand most of it. Comrade Sammy says, so to keep the conversation moving. Wow, are we trying to keep the conversation moving? What advice would you give to an aspiring artist, Rocky? Wow. That's not a softball question. My advice would be don't. Don't do it. No. I think advice I've given aspiring artists, as you put it. I mean, I don't even know if we can say aspiring artist. I think you are an artist. Whether you have the skills or the talent, like people who are people who are truly artists that I've met they can't stop, like I think maybe if you want to be an aspiring artist that makes money, that's a different question, or makes a living out of it, that's a different question. But for an artist, just an aspiring artist, I mean, you gotta love it, for sure. You gotta love it. I remember we'd tell a lot of people who would interview for like positions at my previous company, or like interns or whatever. They would say, well, what do I gotta do? What do I gotta do to get hired? And I just say, you just gotta love it. You gotta love it, because there's so many easier ways to make money that are less painful and take less time than animation. In that particular case, animation or art. So you gotta love it. You really gotta love it, because there's gonna be days where it's not gonna be worth it. You're gonna be exhausted, like me, and you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. Can't stop. So you gotta love it. My advice for aspiring artists who want to make a living is to focus on the long game. It's not going to be a quick thing. And surround yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you, who you enjoy being around and sharing in the craft, because I know I can always get in my head easily, and the danger of comparison is a real thing as an artist, where you're like looking over your shoulder at, you know, what the next guy is doing and comparing it to what you're doing, whether you're saying, oh, I can do better than that, or you're saying, wow, how did they do that? How can I be like that? Why are they getting all the breaks? Why are they getting all the jobs? How are they able to just draw so well? Constantly seeing artists that can draw better than me can be demoralizing at times, but you got to remember, like, to run your race. You know, it's your race. I tell that to my kids all the time. You're not running so-and-so's race. You're not running so-and-so's, the other person's race, because if you are, you're going to lose. You can't win that race. That's not your race. You got to run your race, and you got to run it well. So that was a very long-winded answer that I don't even know if I answered your question, Comrade Sammy, but yeah. I don't even remember what I said. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Where are we? El Chung says, how's that not smearing with the suede? It kind of is. It actually is smearing a little bit. And I don't know if that is the pen, if that is the straight edge, or if that's the paper. But it is kind of smearing, so I do have to be careful. Fortunately, like, I don't know if you can see it. It's smeared a little bit. I'll zoom in. It's smeared a little bit right here, but that area is where I'm going to be blacking it out anyway, so no biggie. Zoom in just a hair. Yeah, like this area right here, it's smeared just a hair. Cherish Psalm says, okay, I love this background music much more. It's so you. Me? Wow. Thanks. Is that like chill? Like, do you know what this background music is that I'm playing right now? Or I think it's just ending. It's called Puppy Love. So I don't know what that says about me. Reminds me of the good old days of hardline drawings and pen weights. Yeah, totally. Boo, not helpful advice. Sorry. Mr. Monkey Boy 1969 says, I have 62 subs but don't upload anymore. I don't even think I've looked at your channel, Mr. Monkey Boy 1969. I am sorry. I'm going to look at your channel right now. And I'm going to subscribe. So you got to post new videos. Subscribe. There we go. Got a new... Wow. Hello. Last video was 6 years ago. All right, dude. It's time to post more. 6 years ago. It's a long time. But you got one more subscriber, so 63. Comrade Sammy says, I'm average, I'd say. Nice. In drawing, not in anything else. Nice. You're not average, Comrade Sammy. You're the chat ninja. Come on. Nah, just, just keep practicing. If you love it, nothing can stop you. Even when you know, whatever, you can't get a job, or like, you know, you're in between jobs, like at least in the animation industry. I went a little bit different in comic book industry, maybe not other art industries. um animation industry is project to project. So unless you're working for a huge corporation like Disney, or you know, LucasArts, or Lucasfilm or something, it was project to project. And once your job was over, once that particular project is over, you're hustling for the next thing. So you just got to keep grinding at it. And it had nothing to do with how good of an artist you are. It's just like the nature of the business. So you gotta just like keep hustling, keep grinding, keep working, keep getting better. Like do things to like grow your skill sets. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Like I don't have a job in comic books, but I want to produce a comic book. I want to do it for myself. So I just got to get better right now. And I don't have a comic book to draw, but I want to learn comics, so that's why I started this whole master study series. And it's been so fun, so rewarding. And I feel like I'm learning a lot of stuff, you know, so just do those kind of things. Build shelves. I'm sure you're learning a lot about building just by building shelves. All right. Hang on a second. Katie, good morning, everyone. You know, I thought maybe we'd get a Katie in here because of the timing of this. So I worked on something for you, Katie. Here it comes. I'm so glad you showed up. Here it is. Here's your sound.
Say cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
No. A cup of tea.
That's for you, Katie, because we were talking about all the like British slang and like terminology and accents. So I clipped a little bit from the classic musical My Fair Lady, the movie version starring Audrey Hepburn. So there you go. I'll play it again for you.
Say cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
No. A cup of tea.
I just thought of you just because accents, and I don't know, hopefully that's not so stereotypical British, but that one was for you. And the other one that came out today, you missed it, but here it is because we gotta love it, is for Cherished Psalms.
What's wrong, little Pookie?
Which makes no sense, and has its own accent, but there you go. There are the two new sound effects, so I'm glad both of you guys showed up tonight. What a treat. Katie says, one of my favorite movies. No kidding. Yeah, it's a good one. Oh man, Audrey Hepburn is amazing in that movie. I did see, some of you guys know I really love musicals, and I did see that musical not too long ago, My Fair Lady, on stage. And it's funny because it didn't age well. I mean, the music's classic and it's, you know, a great story, but it didn't age well because it's really like, it's not misogynistic, but it's really like sexist in a lot of ways. And kind of the things that happens in it, you're just like, oh, I guess that wouldn't really fly today. But I do love Audrey Hepburn a lot, and I do love that movie. So anyway, it's good times. Congrats on the sound bite. Everybody loving it. Comrade Sammy says, yes, I am learning while building shelves. I'm learning. I'll probably never do this again. You know what? That's a lesson. How would you know? How would you know unless you tried? So that is not wasted on you. Learning doesn't always have to be like, oh, and I'm a better artist now. Sometimes it's like, nope, that's not for me. I'm not going to do that. Like somebody last stream said to do a style. I don't know if it was Cherish Psalms. One of you guys was saying how I should pick a style for the next one that. Oh dang! I just messed that up. I'm gonna have to wipe that out. I should pick a style that is not comfortable for me for one of my master studies, and I might do that. And the name got thrown out there like Stephen Platt, and I'm like, yeah, that would be awesome because I loved Stephen Platt stuff, but that would be so hard for me because that's not my style, and I'd probably have to use tools that I wasn't comfortable with. So I might do that. I actually might do that. We'll see. Yeah, I gotta bust out the whiteout. I just messed up that edge. I think I should do that now so it has time to dry. Katie, you're just waking up, huh? Or are you just waking up? You must be just waking up. And Katie, I know you've been streaming stuff. Like, how often do you like to stream? Do you have a regular schedule? My schedule is just outside of Wednesdays. My schedule is all crazy bananas, like whatever. I don't have a schedule, but that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool that you can kind of make your own schedule. Oh, and I don't know if you guys saw my community tab. Tomorrow is going to be a cool one. I'm definitely streaming tomorrow. I'll go to the shop. I saw a book that is in my pull box that I will be getting. But this came in. Oh, hello, cat. I didn't even see my cat was here. This came in. Look how huge this is. And it's no surprise. This is my Batman Year One Artist Edition came in, and I'm very, 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 very excited to open that up and go through that. So that I'm going to be doing that tomorrow on top of any books that I pick up at the comic store. I decided to combine all the that because I thought that would be its own unboxing stream. I actually thought it was coming on Thursday, but it came early today. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. Wait, you missed my other question. What was your other question? Hold on, I missed it. Yeah, I did miss it. What was your question? Here we go. Where should someone who's trying to learn how to draw people start? That's something I tend to struggle with. Well, there's tons of... I mean, if you can... I'm going to assume it's not easy for you to get to like a life drawing class where you're drawing like an actual model, because that, to be honest, is that's the best way to learn how to draw people, is to do it from life. If you can't go to an actual drawing class where they're teaching you like, drawing a model from life, I would just go people drawing, like people watching, anywhere you can go where there's a lot of people, like a library, a coffee shop, and just bring a sketchbook and then just start drawing people from. And so what you're trying to do is just train your eye to translate what you're seeing through your eyeballs onto the page. And the same way that when I was drawing at the zoo, it's when you draw from life, and life is moving, constantly moving. It's not just like a static image that you're looking at like from a computer screen or like Google image search of like, which is fine. You could draw that way too. But I find like when you have to draw life that's moving, you don't have the luxury of like noodling and drawing all the details and sketching and blah, blah, blah. Like it's really just trying to capture the gesture, capture the shape, capture the proportions, the movement very quickly, is a great training for drawing people, drawing humans. like we would have to do these exercises when I was in art school where we'd be drawing a live model, and the instructor would tell the model to like strike a pose for like 15 seconds. And then after 15 seconds, the model would move to another pose. And so you didn't have the luxury of just like, oh, well, I'm going to draw the hair and the head and whatever. Like, you'd have to capture that whole pose in like 15 seconds, and then he'd move. And then as the day went on, he would tell the model, okay, now hold the pose for a minute. So then you have a little bit more time. And then get gradually longer and longer and longer. And then you'd have like one pose would be like for an hour, you'd sit there and draw. So then you start fleshing it out. But the whole point of that was to teach you to train your eyes and your hands to capture the gesture and the shapes very quickly at the beginning. And then you can start building up that pose as you go. I mean, I'm sure there's tons of like YouTube drawing things you can look at, Comrade Sammy, about drawing people and how to like break down proportions. There's all the like, you know, how many heads high is an average person, and how wide is their head, and all the like shapes that go into that. Breaking down things into simple shapes is always a great place to start too. And but yeah, it is just practice, just a lot of practice, a lot of observation. And always looking at like what people that you admire and the artists that you admire, like what they're doing. That's always a great place to start too. Literally like what I'm doing right now. What number did I use? Was it 15 or 14? I think it was 14. Wow, these templates are making me all nervous. Okay, let's see. Katie's pre-caffeinated. Pre-caffeinated, oh boy. No CS, anyone? Only one per stream? No CS. No Comrade Sammy, only one per stream. Oh, one question. You'll break his brain. Never ask a million questions. I do what I want. She's the chat ninja. L Chung says, is that artist edition really that size of the box? I think so. I have a feeling it's about the size of the McFarlane artist edition. I don't know if you've seen that one, El Chung. Did I ever show you that one? I must have showed you that one when you've come over. And that one is larger than, here, I'll pull it out. McFarlane one is by far the largest artist edition I have. This one. And next to the box, I bet you it's the same size, because the artist edition, sorry if you can see it, the artist edition has its own box inside here, like a protective box inside this delivery box. So I'm guessing it's about the same as the McFarlane Artist Edition. The McFarlane Artist Edition compared to the other standard Artist Editions, I don't know, they're all different sizes, but there's some uniformity in some of them. So, like this was the Mike Zeck one compared to the Spider-Man, you can see the difference right there, sort of. So yeah, but I have seen people who have gotten this one already, the Batman Year One, they're all saying it's huge. So I'm expecting it to be one of my bigger artist editions that I have. Good thing I got the new shelves. Katie says 3 days a week usually, but I do kind of stream when I feel like it too. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay, cool. Yeah, I always wonder how people schedule it in for themselves. I guess it depends on what you're doing too. Like Wednesdays I can latch on to because I know I'm going to the store and usually getting something. But outside of that, it's like, well, if I don't have anything to unbox, I won't be doing an unboxing stream. If I don't have anybody to interview or talk to, then I won't be doing those streams. And if I'm not doing them, well, I think the master studies, now doing these master studies, it's going to lock me into somewhat of a schedule. Trying to get these done like in sort of a week's time. I don't know. I haven't totally gotten the hard schedule on these yet. But I just feel like if I spend more than a week's time on one page, it's just too long. Gotta get faster. Because not only do I want to learn learn inking techniques, but I also want to learn how to get faster at it, be more comfortable with it so that I can be faster. Man, this page is so technical. This is where Michael Golden blows my mind. Like, I can draw technical stuff, but it does not come easy. Comrade Sammy says, I find that taking my time tends to help with my skills, gives me time to think about what I could be doing wrong and improve it for later. Yeah, for sure. If you don't have like a schedule, that you have to adhere to for whatever it is you're working on, then it does give you that time to kind of make sure you're doing things right and all that. But I will say, knowing myself, I do tend to overthink, and I can psych myself out very easily about doing things that are either difficult or new, and then I don't end up doing them, or I'll find something else to do. It's kind of my personality type. Like, oh, I guess I'm going to clean the house now because I don't want to do that thing, that chore, or do that other thing. Well, I guess I'm going to organize these comics because I don't want to get to that thing that's difficult. So sometimes you just got to do it. And that's my mentality with these master studies. Like, just do it. Just do it. Just stream when you're so tired, Rocky. It doesn't matter. So what if you're going to have to redo the entire page because you're not seeing straight while you're streaming? Hopefully that doesn't happen. If it does, that's when I learn how to do paste ups and full panel corrections. Oh, I forgot my music. All right, let's try the music again, guys. Tell me what you think. Let's see. If was I here? Let's try this. Wait, no. If I press that though, yeah, we'll just. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna try to be. I do want to try and finish this, at least a panel. I have to stop talking. Gonna do my X's. Remember those guys? Just so I remember what I need to blacken out. No. I didn't hit 300 yet. Remember we said 300? That would be a deciding point, but I don't think I could do a 24-hour stream. That would be a bad stream. Although I did run across another one. There's that famous YouTuber named... Oh my gosh. He's like with all the celebrities. What's his name? Kai Cenat? Is that right? It's like one of the most followed YouTubers. Is it Kai Cenat? I don't know. My kids would laugh at me for trying to figure out his name. I don't get his streams at all. I honestly don't. It's just a bunch of YouTube things. But I think he had a 24-hour stream the other night, and he was literally sleeping in a bed with one of his friends. Not in an inappropriate way, but it was weird. Because I was like, how are you guys doing this? And people were like yelling at him in the chat and stuff. And I was like, I think he's really sleeping. I think. But it was like a brightly lit room. So I don't know how it worked. Like, why do people want to watch other people sleep? It's weird. It's kind of creepy. That's where YouTube like crosses over into the creep territory. Comrade Sammy says, I think I know who you're talking about. I don't get the hype either. Yeah, I think it's Kai Cenat is his name. And then there's another guy named Drewski. And they're like really popular with all the like celebrities and sports celebrities. Like they show up. I think like I saw one stream with, if it's Kai Cenat, I think is his name. Kevin Hart was on his stream. It was really weird. I was like, what is going on? Yeah, it's Holly Weird. That's what Mr. Monkey Boy calls it. That's a good name. It is. Sometimes I feel like Hollywood is like so weird. Such a, its own little bubble. I've never really connected with Hollywood. I mean, I love entertainment. I love the glitz and glamour, but there's some trends that come out of it and I'm like, I don't get it. It's not just because I'm old either. It's like I just don't understand. It's like, oh, there's like this new trend. Maybe it's not new anymore, but have you guys seen that challenge? Don't ask me how I know this. I've just seen it going around, the Show Me Your Money challenge on, I think it's a TikTok. Like, I think TikTok is the worst. This whole Show Me Your Money challenge, and I'm like, I don't get it. And all these celebrities are doing it, and it's getting so much attention, and I'm like, I really don't understand it at all. Like, what is it? What does it mean? Maybe it's because my brain always tries to make sense out of it. You just can't. It just is. It's not meant to make sense, because it doesn't. And I keep seeing people like fall for the same trick, or seemingly fall for the same trick on it, and I'm like, didn't you see everybody else fall for the trick? Oh, it just doesn't make sense. It's not even funny. I hid them. They actually belong on your shelves. So it's probably why you can't find them, because the shelves aren't done, Comrade Sammy. Okay, kind of moving now. I feel like there's some progress being made. I think I'm going to use the brush to fill in these bigger black areas. I'm going to use that white gel pen that I used on the Zek study to do some of these thinner white lines in between these joints. Mark will be happy today. Yeah, for those of you who remember, Shanth is launching his Second Chance campaign for Nosfera the Cryptwalker and Artist Edition. That's happening today at... I think he's doing it on... If I'm not mistaken, he's doing it on Ethan Van Sciver's channel, which is awesome for Shanth to get that boost that gets showcased on Ethan's channel, because Ethan has tons of followers. So yeah, I think that's launching. I believe it was said. I actually sent the link to Mark. I DM'd him a link on X because Shanth wasn't sure. At least he didn't advertise what the time was. But then I kind of did some digging and it saw that Ethan said it was launching at, I think 7 p.m. Is that right? 7 p.m. Eastern time. Eastern Standard Time, which is 4 p.m. Pacific time, and where Mark is, I think he's on Central Time, so I think it's 6 p.m. But yeah. He's been so excited and like raring to go to back that campaign because I think he missed the first printing. So he's really, really wanting. He kept asking Shanth, has been asking Shanth for months now, like, when is the campaign launching? Tell me the exact time. So I think he's got it clocked in. And then I even told him, I'm definitely not gonna try and overlap with when that happens. So go support my brother Shanth. He's been working hard. Katie says, it's looking good. I wish I could actually draw. Aw, thanks, Katie. Thanks, I appreciate that. We're trying. He'll also be sad since he missed a stream. Yeah, Mark's funny. He's he's so in it. He is 100% dedicated to stuff that he wants to support and back, and I appreciate that. All you guys are like that for me. And it just, I don't know, it's fuel for me to just like keep putting things out there and to be consistent when I know that people are supporting and just like enjoying, hopefully enjoying what it is I'm putting out there. Now we just waiting for Rocky to come out with his comic. That's right. You and me both. It'll happen. I'm confident it'll happen. We're just taking the steps we need to. Like I said, I'm always like easily can get in my mind and psych myself out about stuff. But these kind of steps, like these master studies, are just fuel, exercise to get to the point where I'm putting out my own stuff. Just watching that stream today, K-pop stream, it was like, those people work so hard. They're like hustling. You know, they were small. They're small independent creators. They're not big by any means. And just hustling. But they're getting it out there and trying and working hard and trying to produce good art, write good stories. This is where it starts getting complicated. Wow, this is trying to figure out the thought process that Golden went through here to figure this out, because he was dealing with a gun that he decided to put in high contrast shadows. So there's like where the shadows are, it's dark black, and then light where it's not. And then, but he's also putting this gunman is coming from out of the shadow. So there's a dark black for the shadow in the brush. But then there's these leaves that overlap. So then he just treated them with line, contour line, no shading on the leaves. It's really complicated. But he made it all read properly. In black and white. No color. So like I wonder, as he was sketching it out, he's like, yep, this is gonna be black, this is gonna be white, this is gonna be no shadow. It's crazy. It's a lot to think about. I was picking a simpler page to do for tonight. Instead, I'm like, my brain is like, I can hear the gears going. How does this work? I'm trying to figure this out. Just hyper up on caffeine, Rocky. That's what I'm doing. I'm scared if I drink any caffeine right now. I should make myself a cup of tea, but then I won't be able to sleep later. I'm not really that affected by caffeine. Well, I mean, not like some. Some people are really, really sensitive to caffeine. I am not one of those, but I do feel like if I would take some sort of black tea or something right now. I'm not feeling sleepy, but my voice is definitely like getting gravelly and my eyes aren't totally dried out yet. I'm still seeing properly, so not that tired. Wow, it's already 12. My gosh. Does that mean it's... Is it 3 for you, Comrade Sammy? Oh my gosh. It's gonna be so nice once all the blacks are in here. horrible curve on that. Ah, my curves. I'm gonna have to fix that. Currently 2 a.m. I got at least 2 more hours in me, so I'm good. Wow. What time do you normally wake up, Comrade Sammy? Because if you go to sleep at 4, you've got to get at least 5 hours of sleep. That's how much I need to like function the next day. So that's 9. 9:30. Do you wake up at like 10, maybe, I'm guessing? Just that, I can remember. Black this out. Black this out. Black this out. I feel like I need to white this. Oh, you guys are getting head cam again. I just saw it. I have noticed with these pit pens, if I leave them uncapped just for a little bit, they tend to dry out a little bit and I have to kind of press to get them reactivated. I used the wrong gold drill bit, commented Sammy. Now I'm gonna have to fill in the hole. Ah! I saw like a life hack where somebody had screws that were loose, the hole got, you know, loose, too big, and they put in a Q-tip and like super glued a Q-tip into that hole and then cut off the end of the stick end of the Q-tip like flush to the hole. So it's like filled with the cotton and that stick and super glue. And then they were able to drill into that hole where the Q-tip and the cut off part of the stick were, and it like basically like created a seal for the screw to fit back into it. Not that that would work on shelves that you're building, comment Sammy, but I thought it was pretty cool. Always love those kind of life hack things. I don't know if they always work. They usually don't, but this is kind of cool. It's like, oh, I never knew I could do that. I saw a funny video the other day, which totally resonated with me as kind of a like the dad mode in me, but like basically the skit was they were working on a bed and something broke in the bed. A son and a dad were working on a bed. And it was like a middle-aged son and like the dad was older. And he was like, "Oh man, if only we had a piece of wood that was like exactly 4 inches and in a T formation and like this shape, like a really weird misshapen thing." And dad was like, "What?" And he like ran out of the room into his tool shed, I guess, or wherever, and like was digging through these boxes, and he found this piece that he was like, yes, I was keeping it just for this moment. And he found this piece that was just exactly like the kid was explaining. He was like, "That's exactly what I needed, Dad." It was just this funny like fact that I do this all the time. I'm like keeping these odds and ends and these pieces of like random pieces of wood and plastic because I'm like, well, that's a pretty good piece. Like you never know when you might need that. So I'll like store it away, and years later I'll find it. I'm like, why did I keep that? And I still won't throw it away because I'm like, well, you might need it. Because I've also had it happen where I've held on to a piece for so long, and then I never used it, and it was just taking up space, so then I threw it away, and then sure enough, like in a month, I would be like needing something that was exactly what I just threw away. I was a lot worse about that when I was like still making my kids' Halloween's costumes. I used to go all out on my kids' Halloween costumes, and I loved it. And I would build them from scratch and all these odds and ends and pieces, and I would go to scrap yards and find stuff to put together and to kind of construct whatever it is they were dressed up as. So I just keep these buckets and buckets in my garage of like just random things because I'm like, well, that could turn into a cool backpack of, or like a science fiction doodad. So cool. Don't do that anymore though. Kids are too old. Katie says, "I had my coffee, now I'm so far behind." It's okay. Didn't miss much, Katie. I'm just drawing. Glad you're still around. Rocky's brain is diminishing due to lack of sleep. There, you all got it. Yep. That about summarized it. Hey, Jeremy Burtz, wow, you're still up. How are you doing? I don't know what coast you are or what country you're in, but goodness gracious, it's late. What are you doing up? That's what I tell myself, but it's good to have you here, Jeremy Burtz. So much foliage. feel like some of these leaves or whatever it is I'm drawing got lost in translation on the inking phase because I have no clue. I'm just drawing shapes at this point. What's up? What's up? Top of the morning to you, Jeremy. Katie says, I keep everything. I'm a nightmare. So much craft bits and bobs and pieces of wood. It's crazy. You're a crafty person, if I remember correctly, Katie, so I get it. If you have space for all this stuff, it's good. Fortunately, or unfortunately, fortunately, I'd say, my wife is a lot more practical than I am. She's not one to keep, she's not a pack rat at all. And so she's constantly challenging me, should I say, to get rid of stuff. And I do. Otherwise, I would slip into hoarder territory with the odds and ends that I keep. I mean, no, not that bad, but I am a bit of a pack rat. I think I'm also sentimental too. People have told me I'm sentimental, so I tend to keep things like my daughter does this all the time, and she gets it from me. But like slips of paper of like, oh, I remember. I have the movie ticket that I saw. The Little Mermaid was one of my favorite Disney movies from the 90s. And it was one of the movies that convinced me that I wanted to do that for a living. I wanted to be an animator. And the other day, or I went on some trip to visit my sister, and she had some of my stuff there in storage. And I pulled it out, and sure enough, I had kept my original movie ticket from that movie, which was pretty cool. But yeah, stuff like that, I keep all sorts of things that like they spawn memories of like, oh yeah. But who has the space to keep all that? Who? My goodness. Wow, I feel like I'm playing like connect the dots here. Did I get that all? those tick marks later. Here. That. Oof, that is a complicated scene. El Chung says, if I were inking, my fave would be filling the black negative spaces in the background behind the leaves. Yeah, I'm about to get to it, too. I'm just like, I feel like I'm building all the little fences before I, like, pour the black ink buckets there. Also, like how the leaves in the foreground are black inked in the upper corner panel. The leaves in the foreground are black inked. Up here? Yeah. Yeah, it's how he kind of mapped it out is crazy. I'm sure it was like intuitive for him, but it's a little crazy trying to copy it. Comics should just be, I know you've said this a lot, and I agree with you. I'm on that same boat. I definitely like love me my black and white comics, because so much of it is the ink work and the artistry that went into that, and this day and age where coloring is so sophisticated and you have every crayon in the crayon box to play with, you easily can lose the artistry in the inks. And I would argue too that digital inking isn't as highly regarded. Like, you don't have to master inking as much now with digital drawing, in my opinion. It's almost like pencils and inks are just merged into one art form. Okay, wait, I thought I saw it. Oh yeah. All right, let me do this very carefully, see if I can do this better this second time. Pit pen does not play nice with that whiteout. It's kind of picking it up a little bit. Interesting. All right. I think oh no. Okay, almost getting to the black sections now. Just let me make sure I didn't miss anything. X, X, X. This is white here. White here. I think that's it. All right. Let's pull out some black ink here. Jeremy Burt saying hi to El Chung. El Chung, man. Pulling it late. Hope you're getting some work done, dude. Oh, I realized last stream too. I realized that I had some sort of ink blob on this paper and it got all the way on my arm. And thank goodness I didn't accidentally like smear it across my page. I saw it after the fact and I was like, whoa, and I saw these splotches here. All right, so should I use, yeah, I'm not pulling out the Winsor Newton. We don't need the Winsor Newton. So I'm going back to my Hobby Lobby brush. Woo! That feels so nice. If I was smart, I would start in the top left. And work my way down so that I don't run the risk of smearing anything. I remember that first night I started inking and I was really impressed with this Hobby Lobby brush and I'm still pretty impressed with it. It's got a great point. It's like my backup quarterback. A little bit, a little bit. I am. Are you? Are we driving you mad yet? No, you are not driving me mad. Far from it. I'm driving myself mad, but no. So far, so good. Tomorrow, I saw is coming out. New Red Coat is coming out tomorrow, so I should be getting that. A new Wolverine book, miniseries by Greg Capullo and Jonathan Hickman is coming out tomorrow. They have both a regular version and a red band explicit bloody version. They're taking the same cue as Blood Hunt. I'm doing that. I have not decided. I'm not gonna get both. I will probably, if there's a bloody one available, I'll probably pick that one up because that's the one with more content. But and it's like polybag too, so I won't be able to flip through it. But I will probably be picking up that book, the Wolverine book, see how the first issue is, and then Red Coat. And then other than that, I'm not sure if there's anything else coming. But I will spend probably most of my stream tomorrow going through the Batman Year One Artist Edition. I just got to figure out how I'm going to do it because I might have to do it on this side of my office as opposed to the other side because that book is so big. And I don't think I can fit it on the other side of the office. Even though I don't like this camera setup as much as I like that other one. And I debated whether doing this stream or I was thinking, oh, maybe I can record that closer look video on X-Men 1, Uncanny X-Men #1, which I still want to do, but I was a little too tired to do it. I was like, I'll just do a relaxing draw stream or master study stream. Because the other one I'd have to like think about what to say. I don't know, I haven't done one of those recorded videos in a while. What do you guys think? Like, I feel like I need to... Definitely as it's gone, the live streams get more engagement, more people liking it and showing up for those streams, getting more views. So YouTube likes that. But I do like doing the commentaries on the books. I don't know if those are interesting to you guys or no. I feel like they are, but I could just be thinking they are and they're really not. And you guys would rather have me talking about Pookie and getting lost in the chat. Wait, oh yeah, that's right. But there's something about having like a recorded video where you can kind of think about what you say and not be distracted by chat and just focus on the material. I'll still probably do it. But. Have the hallucinations started? Nighty night, throwing in the towel. All right, Lil Chung. Yes, Greg Capullo is drawing Wolverine miniseries. It's called Wolverine Revenge, I think. I'm gonna try and pick up the first issue tomorrow. Yeah, that guy's he's like hit a stride in his career where he just can just crank out a book. So should be cool. Comrade Sammy says you should do speed drawing videos where you speed up the drawings you do in your lives. I should. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should have done that with this. Just recorded myself drawing and then posted it as a speed drawing. I will think about that. I might do that. But the only catch, not the only catch, but one of the big catches about doing pre-recorded videos is I have to edit it. That's the thing I like about doing live. Not only just engaging with the chat, but like, it is what it is, and I don't have to edit it. That's really nice, because editing takes time. Like I'm behind on editing like the video for Mile High. There's another shop in San Luis Obispo that I went to called Captain Nemo Comics. I haven't edited that video yet. So yeah, different purposes. Though you'd probably have to stop putting the chats on screen so they're not in the way. Yes. Damn it. How is that possible? I thought I was going to get to do 2 panels. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. I can't even see. Oh my gosh. I can't even see. I can't even. YouTube is freaking out on me. How many people? Is it just me and you, Comrade Sammy? Katie, you still here? Comrade Sammy, let me know if it's just me and you. I can end it and put you out of the misery so you can go to bed. But I am going to try and finish up this panel at least. I don't know if I'm going to start that second panel. Wow, Mr. Monkey Boy, you're still here? Awesome. Awesome. Much appreciated. I thought this particular panel would go a little faster than it has because I thought it was like more just tracing lines, technical lines, drawing some curves. It's actually a lot more complicated. Oh. Whew. I thought it was blackening in something that isn't supposed to be blackened in. What do you mean, put me out of my misery? Comrade Sammy says I have someone to entertain me while I'm working. Awesome. I don't know. I feel guilty. I feel guilty that you're still awake. But we're all adults here. We can all accept the poor choices we're making. What do you think of the music, guys? Has it been working? I think it's been pretty okay, right? Not a bad selection. Comrade Sammy says, yeah, I'm an adult. I'll ruin my sleep schedule if I feel like it. Isn't that wonderful? You become an adult. You can own your poor choices. cool. Come here. A little bit of you guys can't even see pages off the panel here. Okay, here. Black areas here. Kind of cheated that. Here, black, black, black. Black, black. Yep. Then I gotta add the lines here. Black here. Cut here. Here. There. That's looking pretty good. Mr. Monkey Boy says it's okay. The music, you mean? It's okay. It's not better than the Fat Rat. All right, all right. Fat Rat will come into play in the future, don't worry. What am I doing? Oh yeah, putting this down. And then finishing up the marks here. Some tree bark. Gosh, all these details. Michael Golden. Why? think I got most of it. Boop, boop, boop. This is there. Oh, the awesomeness of the $2 brush. Have you tried your Daiso brushes yet? I have not. Yeah, I should try those. I haven't pulled those out though. I was promised the Fat Rat like 10 streams ago. I know. I know. I'm just a little gun shy, but I'll do it soon, I promise. Got all the like sound effects, people asking, Katie showing up, hopefully getting her sound effect. Trying to find sound effects that mean something to people. It ain't easy, Comrade Sammy. So many demands. No, I definitely will be looking up that Fat Rat and how to get it to work. I think maybe I'll just download it the same way I did the YouTube music and, you know, just play it and cross my fingers and hope everything works out. But if I get struck because I'm playing Fat Rat, you know what I'm gonna do. Oh wait, that. Oh yeah. Cheated that. Alright. Did we finish that panel? Boo, yeah. Whew. Gosh. No. It won't work, right? Yeah, I figured as much. I'm not sorry. Just play elevator music. I could, or silence, and then you could just hear me mouth breathing and my fan of my older computer. Awesome. We did it. Got that panel done. I got a touchpad. Am I gonna even hit this panel? Should I even try? Maybe just outline the leaves. What time is it? Oh my gosh, 1 o'clock. That's 3 o'clock your times, Comrade Sammy. Alright, I'm just gonna start outlining. I'm not gonna yeah, I'm not gonna overdo it, but I am gonna start. Well, that would be crazy. No, I'm gonna stop. Just stop while I'm ahead. Yes, I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead. There we go, guys. I got one panel done, even though I was hoping I would get 2, but one panel is better than no panel. Pretty cool. Coming along. Man, I can't wait to draw those borders. Get this panel. This panel is going to be fun. This is going to be a combo. This is like half this action or like technique and half this panel kind of combined into this, because there's all sorts of details here, and even in these faces I'm gonna have to use a small pit pen to do these faces. This one's gonna be nutso. I think I'll do this last. I'll do this one next. But coming along. Oh, there's a lot of depth there. That's nice. With this blacks here and the foreground leaves here, and then this gun jutting out here, and he cleared out the space here just by going contour lines. It's great. So cool. Michael Golden, you Freaking genius. Woo. We did it. We did it. Ugh. I'm tired. Thank you guys for sticking with me. Let me turn off this non-fat rap music. I'm going to raise my sound effects. I'm going to end it. Those of you who are here still, I can't even check because my YouTube is acting crazy. Let me see. Oh gosh, I can't even reach my keyboard. It says 4 watching. For you 4 that are here, I know Comrade Sammy, the Chat Ninja, Mr. Monkey Boy, 1969.
How do you say monkey in French?
Who else we got? Anybody else with a sound effect? Katie, I don't know if Katie's here, but I know she's awake because she's on the other side of the world. So we're going to give a Katie shout out.
Say cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
No. A cup of tea.
And then, just because it was new sound effect of the night, along with Katie's.
What's wrong, little Pookie?
Cherish Psalm's little Pookie. We all here, Mr. Monkey Boy. Oh yeah, already played Mr. Monkey Boy. Yeah, I could call the cat that gets upset at me is still here. Let me see if I can do it. Did you guys hear? I'll move my mic. Hey, we're talking about you. He stopped. Hey. Psst. He's deep asleep. All right. That was it. That's a good way to end it. Thanks everybody for being here. I will see you tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow for my Wednesday comics. We've got a couple, like I said, like I mentioned earlier in the stream, there are a couple books I'm picking up from the store, but for sure we're going to go over this bad boy. The largest ever artist edition on the planet. And it's going to be a good one. Yes. David Mazzucchelli, Batman Year One. Let's go. I'll probably be doing it on this side as opposed to the other side because of the size of the camera, or the distance of the camera that I can get. So we'll see. But it was fun. Thank you guys for joining me, entertaining my crazy desires of streaming while struggling through drawing. It was a blast. Cup of tea. Cup o' tea. That's right. Cup o' tea. Good night. Auf Wiedersehen. See you guys later. Bye-bye.